Hello, I'm Jenny Fern and welcome to my library. I'm a chaotic neutral mechanical engineer who's really into permaculture and wants to talk about books. But today we're talking about our reading goals. So these are my goals for 2024 that are reading and Booktube related. These are subject to change because I am a whim-driven person. I have a hard time following TBRs. If I do set about doing something though, I usually do it. Number one is to read more from the books that are on my shelf. And this really comes from my own enjoyment of books. I had a few times last year where I'd get so excited about books that other people were talking about and I would read them right away and I would be disappointed because I had this really high expectation from other people, and because other people don't have exactly the same taste as me, and so relying on the enjoyment of other people for my own enjoyment just doesn't really work that much. I am going to try to look at what I already have, see if it matches what I enjoy, you know? So that means I'm gonna rely a little bit less on the library system and more on my own shelves. The additional point of that is that I am going to allow myself to look at more books from thrift stores and pick those up and read those as well. This also gets into like things that I'm interested in that aren't like widely popular, you know? I might see something at a thrift store that I'm like, huh, that looks cool, but it might be like 20 years old and nobody's talking about it anymore. So I hope it'll add like a little bit of freshness to the books that I'm talking about compared to books that are talked about on other channels. So it's for my own enjoyment and also to be just a little bit different. So for the more concrete aspect of the goal, for reading more books on my bookshelf and from thrift stores, I'm thinking maybe 35 or 40% of my reading. It's probably more towards the 35%, especially because I'm thinking I'm probably gonna check out a ton of manga from the library because I don't have any of those. I also want to read more science fiction. That's because it is one of my favorite genres and something that I'm almost guaranteed to enjoy in some small way. I feel like I haven't read that many science fiction books of the last year. I read a ton of books and I feel like it was more general fiction and also some fantasy. It was definitely an exploration, but wasn't really ideal for me as a reader. So I'm thinking maybe like 2 books a month that are sci-fi leaning rather than general fiction leaning. And I want to read more old and obscure books. So I think I'm gonna be poking around through books that are in the public domain and seeing if I can find any gems. Because I do want to focus on books that are older and that really have something hidden in them that hasn't been brought to the larger community in a while. And I really do want to maintain the variety in my reading that I have had in the last year, which includes reading like children's picture books, manga, and pulling from various genres that I'm maybe not as comfortable with. I do want to keep up that exploratory and varied reading experience just for myself and my own growth as a reader. And for the book number goal, on Goodreads I set it as 50. I am fully expecting to blow that goal out of the water, but at this point my goal isn't to read a lot of books. It is to read books that I think I'll enjoy and also books I think will expand my reading experience into different directions. So I'm doing kind of like a seeking mode of trying to find things that I'm interested in and also things that I know I'll be interested in. So I'm trying to really enjoy and to explore. I think those are the 2 words for my reading this year. So for the videos, I have a goal of posting at least once per week, and I have done that since I've started the channel. I'm going to continue to try to do that. to have enough filmed in advance that I can release at a regular pace even if I go through some sort of slump. I actually think I will explore more twice weekly posting. At this point, I have a lot of videos queued up, so I am starting to fall behind where my vlogs are from like October and it's January at this point. So I think I need to release a little bit faster than I have been. I'm really trying to keep up some of the momentum that I have gained from the December postings. So I'm going to try to balance videos that will attract new viewers and also videos that are really for my enjoyment and who I want my core viewership to be interested in. So I want to pay attention to what I want this channel experience to be, while also trying to draw new people in. So that'll be like more general videos about specific topics or something that's more on trend, with more personal reading vlog kind of videos and videos that are more cued into my interests. I've also been very interested recently in organizing my reading around specific video ideas. I feel like it kind of makes things exciting and fresh for me. And this kind of goes with the exploratory idea of this year. What I mean is definitely not reading like a popular book and talking about a popular book, but having an idea for a certain set of books to read and reading those books and filming the experience, or filming a sit down to talk about the experience of reading those books. That's something that I'm really interested in exploring more of, and it does require some planning with, you know, what I'm reading. And then in terms of the channel number goals, I would love to kind of continue on the progression that I'm currently on, but I think that will be quite hard. I would really appreciate if I could hit 500 subscribers this year. So I think that is my goal, and how I'm going to try to achieve that is going to be with the balancing attracting new viewers with certain types of videos while also maintaining the core of what I want this channel to be with the other videos. It's kind of a short and sweet and simple concept around these goals, but I don't have any wild goals, I don't think. I'm leaving it a little bit open for me to be able to be more whimsical and chaotic when I want to, because I'm sure I will want to. I just remembered something else that I'd really like to get back into, and that is photographing my books. I used to do this in like 2017, 2018, and it was a lot of pressure that I put on myself to do really regular posting on Instagram, and it was just unsustainable. But I would really love to get back into photographing my books, especially now that I have so many more that I've read and loved and would love to showcase for people. I would love to get back into that, especially as the days get longer and we get more natural light into the evenings. I would like to make that more of a priority coming into spring and summer. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you again soon.